afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teesside for the 16th week of 2024. And my name's Annie. The only thing is, I didn't actually go to knitting on Thursday. I had a couple of days away in Whitby. Whitby used to have a good wool shop, but it's not there anymore. They do sell some Guernsey wool in one of the health food shops, but in typical knitter's style I already have a cone of that and a couple of balls. So it wasn't a woolly expedition, but I did find another knitter. Andy has relocated to Fife with her glass pants, sketchbooks and yarn. I think she was in such a rush packing that she forgot to... when she was unpacking her yarn, she found that she had written glass pants instead of glass paints, which I found quite amusing. So she's done some unpacking and she's been to her local yarn shop for the fortnightly knit and natter. It looks like a very well stocked shop with a good range of choice, and it's called the Wooly Brew, and they have a good website that you can have a look at. She hasn't found their members quirky enough quite yet to feel at home. Put it that way. So if we ever go visiting, we have to visit on the right day to be able to go and participate in the knit night. That's the plan. Helen has been making some very pretty bunting. This bunting is to decorate. Well, it was for a friend, for a decoration, and she's put it on a basket, and it looks fantastic. And apparently the daisies are sparkly too. So they were over the moon with them, and they're going to put them on their tent. What a lovely gift! I'm not quite sure what Jill's been doing. She didn't say. Another thing that Helen has been doing is making queen biscuits. Her mum made them in 1977 for the Queen's Silver Jubilee, and she's not made them since, and she found the recipe and she still had the cutter, so she made some. So they're all smiling, but the one on the left, she was saying, looks a bit like a zombie. Love a zombie. Fee had a little bit of an accident and fell over outside. So I told her to go inside and knit. And she said, yes, that's what I'm doing. So that's good, isn't it? Any excuse. It's all right being not very well, as long as you can knit. I am wearing Woodrup by Anne Kingston, and it's knitted in Rowan Fine Tweed. This is an I-cord that runs around here and here and here and here. And the fine tweed has some little sort of speckly other colours in it. And the bicycles go all the way around the back. I always think, well, I haven't been on my bike for a bit of a while, but it's kind of quite bright, so appropriate for cycling in, really. Get you seen, won't it? I was watching Knit Night and Joe Bob mentioned Pioneer mitts, and I thought, I think them are them mitts I was trying to make. Trying because, well, I made I made the left one, so it squishes up really small because it's all rib. Get too close, I'd disappear. So this is the right one. I've not yet made a very good job of making the left one. So I thought, do you know what? I thought I'd lost my other favourite mitts. So that's an idea, because I'm halfway there. So I'll take that with me. So this was the left one that turned out to be the right one. Something to do with me not reading the pattern properly and just going in my own direction. So then I cast on the other one and thought, right, I'll make the left one now. And it still wasn't working. I pulled it back and started knitting again, and pulled it back and started knitting again. And I had printed off the pattern, which is another story. In fact, it's not too much waffle. I have this printer that most days I would happily throw out of the window because the slightest kink in my paper and it just goes, not printing for you. And in the manual it says, oh, we've got a convenient door at the back of the printer for you to open and extract any paper that's stuck. But there's nothing convenient about having to extract paper from the back of your printer. It would be much more convenient if you could extract it from the front. The slightest kink and it's off. Anyway, I printed this pattern off and I just left it to do its work. And then when I got it out, I folded it up, put it in a knitting bag, and when I got it out, it's printed on both sides without me doing anything, which I can't quite understand. And I'm going to have to do it again, set it to print and kind of like hide behind my chair or something, because if I don't hide behind my chair, it'll misbehave and it won't print at all. I'll pretend I'm not in the room and see what happens. So now I've got it right. I should have had it with me when I saw the statue in Whitby. I could have posed next to her with my multiple needle knitting. So it's now going, my slope is now going in the right direction. So it's basically all rib except for, you can see it increase there, along there. I don't know what I was doing. Stitch marker helped. I thought I could do it without a stitch marker. Stitch markers get on my nerves. But no, the stitch marker helped. Right, cup of tea. This is Vision tea. Or Vision, maybe. It's turmeric, ginger and lemon. Or turmeric, ginger and lemon. Or curcuma, gingembre et citron. I've been drinking turmeric tea. I like that. Not really getting the ginger and the lemon. But it does have a freshness that my straightforward turmeric tea doesn't have. Right then. So that mitt was my away project because it wasn't too big. And the day I went away, my yarn arrived, which I could have been knitting on. This is Midnight Hour by Quack Yarns, and Fiona was so helpful when I inquired about the yarn. She dyed it specially. Aren't I lucky? Obviously she'll have dyed a few more, so she'll have just stocked her shop as well. So now I'm on the last claw, and then after that I've got a full colour block and a full black block, I think. I think that's it. No, it's a colour and a black. It's hard to tell because I've split my colours. I've split my sections. I haven't just on the other side. I just changed colour when I felt like it, not quite when I was supposed to. I think I've got 2 or 3 more sections to go on my ugly cat shawl, which I'm sure the pattern is going to be revised slightly because it was never supposed to be quite this big. But you've still got the option, I think, to still do it this big if you so wish. So it will be put in the magazine again, I would have thought. In an upcoming blocked magazine, a revised pattern. But this one is in blocked 5, if you want to make a humongous one. And my advice would be probably to use mohair, unless you want it to be more like a blanket and quite weighty and warm. The mohair will keep it, well, it'll still be warm, but it doesn't weigh as much. It's nice and light. So, Millie. An update on Millie is not necessary this week. Isn't that good? She's still taking the tablets. She's looking better than ever. She is sneezing a bit, but she's got her coat looks better. She's doing little skips and runs about every now and then. Every now and then she moves a little bit faster. She has regular little sorties into the garden and around the garden, and she just likes to check it all out, and she pops in the greenhouse and back out again. It's just busy being a cat, which is lovely, isn't it? And the dogs are all right, and the tortoise is all right, and she's grown, and the parrot's all right. So, more news, maybe, next week.